So what's up, guys? It's Jason, Captain Nasty, coming back at you. Now I'm going to try to demonstrate, because I don't know about you, but me, if you can draw things out for me, give me some type of way to visualize what's going on, it sure helps me to understand. Now what I'm going to talk about here is, meal timing, blood sugar, insulin, and storage. All right, now, typically what I see in most everyday people is they just don't eat often enough, number one. They don't, and when they do eat, they eat a ton of calories. It's usually simple carbohydrates like bread and a lot of bread, mashed potatoes, your French fries, anything that is, highly easily digestible. It hits your body really hard. Your body can take it up into the blood really, really fast and creates a huge spike in your blood sugar. And diabetics, listen up. Type 2 diabetics, type 2, listen up here. Now, your body wants to keep a situation to where your blood sugar is 110. So I've got this flat line here. That would be 110. That's what your body wants to keep. That would be situation normal for the body. That's what the body wants. That's where it feels good. Now, a typical person is eating those 2 big meals a day. I got that one here at 10 a.m. because I see a lot of people all the time. They wake up and, they drink coffee, they drink Cokes, they get busy, and they really don't eat a meal until around 10 a.m. And then I got that second big meal over here as a dinner time meal, 7 p.m. Now, what's going on here? Now, you may hear me say starvation mode, metabolic adaptation, a slowed metabolism. Well, look here, if you consider, you have to consider metabolism on a 24-hour-a-day basis, okay? So if your meal last night was 7 p.m., that was your last meal, you have 15 hours before you have the next meal. Your body thinks it's starving. So, if you're eating this way over a long, over a lifetime, months and years, your body really slows down because it thinks it's in a place of famine. So anything you do give it, it's going to pack away. It's going to store as body fat. Your metabolism is going to slow. Your body is not going to require as much energy because internally your body is kind of like turning off light switches in a house to conserve energy. That's what your body is doing internally to keep your ass alive. Now, you'll also hear me talk about meal timing and different ways, the benefits of meal timing. So, I also have depicted here a typical every 3 hours throughout the day system. So if you eat at 6 a.m., 9 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and again at 9 p.m., you have a lot shorter fasting period. So that's only 3 hours to midnight, 9 hours as compared to 15 hours. It's a very short window. Your body typically will use up these calories here, will finish final digestion around midnight. So really, you're only really down to 6 hours without, eating again and signaling your body again. Now, every time that you eat, you're going to get a little bump, a little boost in metabolism. That's one benefit here. But the main benefit is if you were making better choices, choosing complex carbohydrates, which break down very slow, that's when you get a more rolling level blood sugar and insulin response. Now, when you eat that really big meal, simple carbohydrates like a lot of bread, say you eat some kind of big hoagie, white bread, a lot of tortillas, a bunch of chips, and you have a Coke. Now you just flooded your body with simple sugars and you're gonna get a high spike in your blood sugar. Now your body, that's a panic, that's an emergency situation for your body. It doesn't want to be over 110. Now again, type 2 diabetics, listen up, because your whole goal here and the problem is right here in this difference. That's the whole problem. So once you spike your blood sugar up so high, you've heard about insulin, your body is like, oh fucking shit, I'm about to die here. Send insulin, and send it now in a high amount to rectify the situation. You're in an emergency situation. So insulin's job is to carry sugar out of the blood to different storage sites, just to get it out of the blood. It wants it out of the blood now It wants to get back to normal as quickly as possible. Now, you really have 4 different sites that you're going to store sugar. And the carbs are turned into sugar, glucose technically in the bloodstream. Now, what's going to happen when insulin is going to come running and it's going to seek to carry that sugar out of your blood? First of all, it's going to go to muscle. Now think about that muscle. You have stored sugar in the form of glycogen, if you've ever heard that term, inside the muscle. The muscle is really like a sponge. It can store a certain amount of energy, but it is limited inside the muscle. Now, if the muscle's full, it's going to go to liver. Your liver can store another, of course, limited amount, but it can store sugar in the form of glycogen. Now, if you get in a situation where you're a very sedentary person, you're really not moving around, you're not burning off any energy throughout your daily activity, you're going to end up in a situation here where if you're that person who's only eating 2 big meals a day and you're sedentary, your metabolism is already very slow. You're not requiring a lot of energy to begin with. So then you spike it. Your body's already in a panic mode by not eating enough and having a slow metabolism. It's like, oh fucking shit, number one, my blood sugar is way too fucking high. But hey, there's some more energy. I don't know when I'm going to get fed again, so we're going to store as much as that as we possibly can. And make sure that the muscle's full. You're not doing shit. You're not very active, so the muscle's full. Again, you're not very active, so the liver is full. It's going to fat stores, and that's how you can literally eat 2 meals a day and be continuing to gain weight. You hear insulin resistant. Now, what is being insulin resistant? Muscle cells. You have billions of muscle cells. The muscle cells themselves have little receptor sites that the insulin carries and hooks up to allow the sugar or glucose to pass through into that cell. Now, when you've been going for years and years, creating these giant peaks and valleys, every time you spike it, it floods your blood with insulin trying to get rid of that excess sugar. It bombards the muscle. Over time, it becomes sort of like insulin is the key to get inside that cell, and it becomes like a worn out lock in your house on a door. It just doesn't work right, and that's called insulin resistant. Now, typically what they're going to do is they're going to either put you on some type of medication, which is like a glucose disposal agent. A lot of times you're going to pass that through urine, or God forbid they put you on insulin. What they're doing is they're injecting a slightly different signature. Insulin has a slightly different signature in. So yes, you still have high insulin from your body, but it's just not recognized. Your muscles aren't recognizing it and letting the sugar pass through. Now you're injecting even more insulin, but now it's a little bit different signature, and your body can accept then the sugar. We're getting a little bit long here, guys. Of course, there is a lot of conversations I can have with this graphic. I may try to even do a couple more videos because there are several topics here. I'm going to put a picture of this up on Instagram, Facebook, and try to talk about it a little bit. Now, keep in mind, keys here. Keys. Anytime you have an excess of blood sugar, it's going to try to take it out of the blood. So first and foremost, if you're not a very active person, you are sedentary, liver and muscle is going to be full. And that's when it's then going to go to fat, because that's that long-term, your 401k, that's for long-term energy reserve. And that's where it's going to go. So you never want to put your body in a situation to where it feels like it has to save energy for later. So I hope this video has helped. Shoot me any question you may have, anchoredinmuscle@gmail.com. Again, I'll make another video. Please follow me on Instagram and also Snapchat. I'll put the links in the description below. Send me any questions you have. We're going to get them to you. Thanks for listening, guys. Stay hydrated, live safe. Later.